everybody. Eddie P over here, Crossroad Cues and the Legends of the Table podcast. We have came into the most interesting place ever. If you weren't looking for this place, you would never know how fantastic it truly is. I want to introduce you to Jim over at Jim's place in Coldwater, Michigan. Now, what led me here was I'm here with two legends, Rodney Morris and, of course, Dennis Hatch, formerly known as the Hatchet Man and the Rocket Rodney Morris. That's your connection as well, too, right?
Right. I've known Rodney was one of the first people to ever play in this pool hall before it was ever opened. So
Rodney Morris?
Yes.
Okay.
We've known Rodney for quite a while. The 9-foot table that we're going to do our demonstration on in an hour or so, he was the first person to ever play on that table against Efren Reyes.
Interesting.
So we've had a history of bringing people
How about that?
To town like Efren and Rodney, and we've had other great players here as well, but Dennis has been here a couple times. Earl Strickland has been here. Feder Gorst has been here.
Well, you truly love pool. I can see that a mile away.
I do. I was raised in this small town, Coldwater, Michigan. I think we were about 8,000 back then. I don't know. We're 2 or 3 times bigger than that now. But right down the street here was a pool hall called the Peppermint Stick Lounge.
Okay.
It had, I think, 8 9-foot professional Brunswick tables, and all they played was straight pool there. So there are a bunch of people. I'm 75 years old.
Wait a minute, 75?
Yeah.
It's got to be something real good in cold water. It's got to be in the water up here. I hope I look half as good as you do, my man.
If you look in that generation, about 10 years around me, there's a lot of really good amateur players here because that pool hall existed.
Interesting.
And then we went a long time without a pool hall, and then a friend of mine, Bill Smith, opened one up for a few years. But that's been gone since the 90s or early 2000s. So finally, towards about pre-COVID times, I started looking around for a building to build a pool hall. And this street that we're on is called Monroe Street, and it is the center of the social hub of Coldwater, because every Thursday in the summer, they close this street down and we have a giant party out here, usually with acoustic or a rock band out here in the street. And then
Let's take a look over here real quick.
We get a lot of customers in here.
So this is Monroe Street right here. We are at Jim's place. Wow, Jim, this is incredible. Absolutely incredible. How long have you owned the place for now?
It's been open about 1.5 years. It took us about 2 years to build because we bought this really old building and we rehabbed the entire building. It was all drywalled, suspended ceilings, tile floors, and we rejuvenated the building back to where it was when it was built in 1870.
Man, you've done a work of absolute art in this town right here, and I'll tell you, they must just love what you've done. Can you show it to us now?
Well, you can see.
Look at this.
This is called the home of the One Tree Bar, and the reason is as we walk inside, you're going to see lots of timber work and lots of woodwork. The bar was built out of a single tree that grew on my deer hunting property, which is just about 2 miles from here.
How about that?
So every timber and every beam that you see in this place was cut from trees on my deer hunting property. We did it ourselves and installed it.
See, I didn't have any wild idea. You would never know any of this by looking on the outside. Real quick before we walk in, look at this right here. This is what led us here with the Legend of the Table podcast. Dennis Hatch, Rodney Morris. They always know how to find the good spots. Jim, thank you so much for taking the time during this clinic to share this with us. So where are these beams you were talking about?
So, well, I'll get to that in a minute. I want to kind of give you my vision was this street activity that I talked about has been going on for maybe 3 years now, but we haven't reached a tipping point in the downtown area. I think we provided a tipping point where we created a environment that people would really love to come to. I love pool and I wanted to have a pool hall, but I also love quaint Michigan bars, and so I wanted to create a quaint Michigan bar. So if you're in this room, if you're a member of the community that doesn't play pool, you have a completely separate environment in here that looks just like maybe a northern Michigan
and just to clarify, it is family friendly as well too.
Yeah, very family friendly. We do ask after 5 p.m. that kids not be in here on their own, but they can be with a parent. This was ugly. It had suspended ceilings, it had tile floors, it had drywall, and we tore everything out and rejuvenated the building back to where it was. We found structural issues on the second floor, so what was recommended is that we put an LVL through here and suspend that second floor, but we decided to go old style. We cut about 50 trees off of my deer hunting property.
This is amazing.
And I bought a sawmill, and so we cut all these timbers and all these posts from maple trees on my property.
What a vision. So what was it like in here before? Was it just completely abandoned, Jim?
It was a cigar store. It's got an interesting history. This guy owns about 7 or 8 cigar stores around northern Indiana and southern Michigan. He built this store, worked hard on it, had it all drywalled, had a big humidor room right here. And let's see, that was March of 2020.
You got a good memory for 75, Jim.
He opened up the cigar store, and 1 week later the governor closed it down because of COVID. The name of the cigar store was Corona, the Corona Smoke Shop.
You got to be kidding.
So the Corona Smoke Shop got shut down after a week because of coronavirus.
You can't make this up. My God.
He was never able to reopen it. So about a year later, the price got to a point where we were willing to buy it. And so we have this old building. Adjacent to it is the pool hall. But just one last thing to talk about in here is this bar is made out of a single tree that grew on my property. It was a crooked tree. It's a white oak tree. And the guy who did this work, Dave Steller, who did all the woodwork, had the vision. He was driving by this tree one day and he said, I'd like to cut that tree down and make a single symmetrical bar out of 2 slabs out of it, and that's what we did. And if you come over here, you can actually see the tree. This is the tree. This is the lane that we were all driving down every day while we were doing the woodwork, and he had the vision of taking that tree and building it into a bar. And 1 hour after he gave me that vision, we had the tree on the ground over here.
What an incredible story.
Dave Steller, the genius behind it, in the center, and me on the right, and that is his brother John, who helped us build all this out.
This is Jim's place in Coldwater, Michigan. What a story of restoration. I love it how you used all the natural resources in the area. This is truly
Now, this is set up
amazing.
in here like a nice bar. It has these standard bar tables
old
in
school
it.
valleys, and of
These
course you
are
got a lot of diamonds
Valley
too.
coin tables. A lot of people come in here, especially guys that are on work crews and stuff, and they don't feel comfortable going in the pool room. They feel like there's a bunch of gunslingers in there on the diamond table. But they feel perfectly comfortable putting quarters in a bar table and playing it.
Yeah.
So this room is set up to be completely separate.
What type of floor is this, by the way? These
are the original wood floors.
Oh my gosh.
These were probably put in 1870 or so.
1870.
Yeah.
You got a pro shop over here as well?
We do. We sell our swag there, hats, and we also are an outlet for Seibert's Billiards. They have closed down, or are in the course of closing down their walk-in retail business, and we're going to take that over, and we're in the process of transferring the technology to do that.
Okay, so you'll have a lot of stuff from Seibert's over here as well.
We'll have almost anything from Seibert's available for purchase here.
Well, besides the amazing story in the bar and the restaurant area, which is very welcoming, by the way, I noticed that as soon as you walk in, that it's very family friendly.
Yes.
I know that the pool players in the area, and probably for within hours from here, are really appreciating what you've done in that pool room.
A lot of these guys, like we have guys here that drive an hour and they do it 3 or 4 days a week. So
you have tournaments
the
too,
pool
right?
hall itself is a huge draw. Our tournaments are a huge draw. But this bar is used on evenings by just the general public like they would any other bar. There are many of them that never even walk in the pool room. They come in here, they love this environment. We have nice music in here. We have big screen TVs. We have beautiful handmade tables over there.
What type of food are you guys serving right now?
We don't have a lot of food right now. We serve hot dogs and we serve a couple of fried sides, but we're in the course of building a kitchen upstairs, and within a few months we'll have a full menu here.
You guys got to stop by Jim's place in Coldwater, Michigan. You definitely will not be disappointed. Now for the pool. And guys, by the way, again, he is currently hosting a tournament right now with the not a tournament, a clinic with lots of local players and pool enthusiasts with Rodney the Rocket Morris and Mr. Dennis the Hatchet Man Hatch. Jim?
This is a pool room that has 11 diamond tables in it. We have 2 9-foot tables in it. I told you earlier, I think this first 9-footer we come to here, was first played on. The first two people that ever played on it were Efren Reyes and Rodney Morris against each other.
How cool is that?
That's
now,
reality.
did Rodney remember that right away when he came in?
Yeah, of course. That's the first thing we talked about. We told Dennis Hatch that story.
This is the 9-foot diamond Pro-Am right here.
Right.
You've got the perimeter lights, of course. Love it. It's got the Littman lights in here. It's got the diamond smart tables. Those are the 7-footers, right?
Yep, 7-foot diamond tables. And then we have down on that end a 9-footer, and here we have a 9-footer. We have a clinic going on today. These are some of the clinic members working with Rodney and Dennis Hatch, two of the greatest players to ever pick up a cue.
That's right.
They just are phenomenal to work with, and if you ever get a chance to do a clinic with them, please do it.
Yeah, they're a lot of fun. You know, the one thing about it, besides being two of the greatest players to ever play the game, they're the most down-to-earth guys. They get along good with everybody. They're funny, they're charismatic, and they're really informative. A lot of guys can play, whether it's a musical instrument, pool, any type of thing, golf, but they're not able to teach it or break it down. These guys are the polar opposite, aren't they?
I'm 75 years old. I've been playing for 60 years.
Yeah.
Dennis has been here twice, and I participated in clinics with him twice. The first time he improved my game, so I kept my A game for several weeks afterwards.
Yep.
Real improvement in my stance. And this time Rodney made a real difference, I think, in my grip, and not my grip, but my bridge and my bridge arm. There's just, you can never stop learning this game. It's an infinitely difficult game, which is why I love it.
That's right, absolutely.
So as we go through here,
what we got over here, Jim?
this is Robin Hamlet, one of our
Hi, Robin.
Hi.
clinic
How we
members.
doing? I spoke with Robin earlier for a little bit, and we were talking a little bit about how Dennis had helped her correct her balance and her stance, and she really benefited from that. And you're stroking the ball better too, right?
Absolutely. It's a huge benefit from the
This is really exciting what Jim's done in this place over here as well,
This is
too.
JP. He's one of our volunteers today.
What's up,
this
JP?
This is Kayla Lundstrom. She manages this bar.
Hi, Kayla. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
What do you love the best about Jim's place?
Oh my goodness, the atmosphere and the people.
Yeah, everybody's so friendly here. Yeah, thank you for sharing. Appreciate it. Let's take a look over here.
Got it. You're safe.
These guys just notably did an amazing job at the Ultimate Pool USA. So the amazing thing is they can truly practice what they preach, right?
Yes.
So
Yeah,
not only can
really.
they teach the game and break the game down, these guys are, still playing at a real high level right now too.
They played at a high level. This is Shannon and Darren.
What's up, guys? How we doing?
Good.
They're a couple that come here very often. They're usually here on Friday and Saturday nights. They play a lot of 9-ball. They operate at different levels, but they play well together for the most part. But they both joined our clinic today, and I think, did both of you get a benefit out of it?
Absolutely.
Awesome. Yeah, we were talking a little bit earlier and we were sharing some of the things that they benefited from.
Rodney Morris over there, the great Rodney Morris.
Well, just be a moment. Yep. Actually, he knows about that though. But now, as far as the place goes here, do you guys normally play here on a regular basis? Then
Yeah.
you do. Okay, cool. You play here often too. Cool. What was your name again? Awesome, man. Have you benefited from the clinic as well?
Yep, I'll take care of it.
Not today. Have you participated in a clinic with them before? Okay. Rodney, they just told us an interesting story, or Jim did. I didn't realize that you had played here. Efren had played here. You got kind of a long history with this place that we didn't know about.
Yeah, I broke ground in this place. Yeah, I did all the construction. You can see I got no callus on my hands.
Yeah.
No, that's not true.
Jim was even telling us as well, that Dennis had helped him before with some things, but you made a simple correction that he didn't see before with his bridge hand, and he feels like it's already improved his game.
Yeah. So, and I told him also too, there's different hand pressure on the bridges that we got to recognize, and then you understand how to make your foundation solid on your bridge hand. And people don't realize the bridge hand opens up your stroke arm. When you have a solid bridge, it releases your stroke arm. So when you're fighting balance issues on your bridge, it restricts your arm. So that's a big one. So
Amazing.
Yeah, and he's only been playing 80 years, so it's kind of
now. So tell us what you remember though, because we were talking outside, and Jim was saying that you actually came here originally quite a long time ago, right?
Yeah. Efren and I was with them, and Efren and Rolando and all the Filipinos, they love when, because Efren, he doesn't say anything. So
Wait a minute, he does. Hang on. Not to interrupt you. He says I'm lucky. He says I'm lucky. You guys know that, right?
Yeah, but he practices 8 hours a day. So he's cheating.
I wish we can get lucky like that, right?
I don't remember that we were over at Cyberts that day, and the whole Cyberts crew was there, and we were all talking. Efren was over playing on their table the whole time.
Yes.
Yeah. He never stops.
Yeah, that was a really good week. But the Efren they love every time they come to the States. They love me because he told me, he said, he called me, he said, you gotta come. I said, why? He said, because you talk to everybody for us. so they like it.
Thank you, Rocket.
Rodney's a talker, that's for sure. Yeah. We have Dennis here, still helping one of his students.
I got to show the back of this right here because he's down in Florida. Dennis got a brand new sponsor. Of course, if this place was in Michigan, we wouldn't be showing it, but look at that. Classic Billiards all the way down there in Florida, Fort Lauderdale. What I've heard also, and I haven't been down there yet, I know I had the opportunity to play on the back table here, the other Pro-Am that you've got. You also have a downstairs to this place as well.
Yeah, we're on our way in that direction
this is
now,
huge.
if you want to see
I thought we were out of room, and then somebody says, no, there's way more going on here. Jim's place, Coldwater, Michigan.
We
what
have
a cool spot
another
to hang out.
9-foot diamond
play
table
pool.
here.
Perimeter lights up top. It's got the diamond tables. How you guys like playing on that Diamond Pro-Am?
Oh, I love it.
Plays good, doesn't it?
Plays so good.
Jim, is this 4
This one,
inches
by
or
the
4?
way, has laser light too. This is great as a training table because you can teach people to follow that line with the cue ball. So.
Is this a...
and we use this light, the spot is right where that bright light is right there. And then if you're playing 14 and 1 or you're playing one pocket, you can line balls up along that line back there.
So it's called a train. What's it called
You
again?
want it on or off?
Jim, what was that called? Laser light, right? Jim, what was that called?
Turn it off right there. It's a laser light. It now comes with these Predator perimeter lights.
That's pretty slick.
Yeah.
Now, is this a 4-inch table or 4 1/4? This diamond.
These are 4 1/2.
Okay,
actually.
so it's a standard size.
We have a 4 1/4 downstairs.
I'll stay off that one. I won't be able to make a ball.
So this basement we just opened up a couple of months ago.
Look at this.
It has a completely different atmosphere than the upstairs, and a lot of our serious players really like to come down here, and oftentimes they can be here without very much activity going on around them.
I've already spotted that there's a gold crown, and you got a Predator table over there as well.
We do. We have a gold crown that lived in a very close friend of mine, Dennis. Mike Dennis owned that table and had it in his garage for many years. I bought that from him. We have then a Predator table. That Predator table used to belong to Jeremy Seaman. It was bought for him by his sponsor, Cyberts, and they sold it to me. I got a really good price for it.
And you got a snooker table too, huh?
And we have one more 9-foot diamond. We have the snooker table and the 3-cushion table, and then 3 more 7-foot diamonds.
Family-friendly environment as well too, as you can see. How you guys doing today? You having fun at Jim's place? Awesome. Look at this. Love to see the youth getting into pool.
So here's a nice feature. When we first opened that bar I showed you upstairs, that one tree bar, it took about 1.5 years for that bar to dry. It was in a kiln at a local business here. And so I made this temporary bar out of plywood. And we put collage, so this is both halves of the bar hanging on the wall here, of movie pictures on it, just to have something interesting for people. And that was there for the first 6 months we were open.
That was the temporary bar.
Yep.
Before you started cutting the trees down, right?
Well, we had already cut it down, but it took a long time for it to cure.
Now, how many total tables between the top floor, the bar area when you walk in, and down here do you have?
That snooker table makes 18, plus the 2 valley tables make 20.
And you got all the bases covered.
Yeah.
You got the valleys, you've got the diamonds, you've got the 7-foots, the 9-foots,
Yeah,
you got
we
the
can
gold
have
crown.
pretty good sized tournaments. We can even have 1-pocket tournaments. We have 5 tables. You've got to kind of take what, you're going to have a Brunswick table with buckets for pockets,
Yeah.
or that diamond down there has Pro Cup pockets at 4 1/4 inch.
So I got to ask you this, now that it's a little bit quiet down here, and it's just you and I, you just shared that you were 75. You look
Yes.
great, you got a lot of energy, you love
Thank you.
pool, I love that. I love what you're doing for the area with pool. I could tell as soon as I walked into the place was special.
Yeah.
What is your background, and then what was your goal in opening this at your age? Because you just opened it up not that long ago. What was your goal? This is a way to give back, isn't it?
I'm a retired scientist. I was pretty successful as a scientist.
Okay.
I worked for a company that a lot of people have heard of by now, which is called Dexcom. We made I was the chief scientist on the production of the first continuous glucose sensor that went on the market, which was called the Dexcom.
Wow.
And I retired young from there. I retired at the age of 56, and I came back to Michigan. I was living in San Diego at the time. We started the company there and built it into really a worldwide technology company in the biotech area. And I retired and I wanted to get into deer hunting. So I've spent several years. I have a very active and quite well-followed deer hunting habitat site on YouTube and on Facebook.
How do we find that?
And I did that that's called Extreme Deer Habitat.
Okay.
It's called Extreme Deer Habitat on Facebook, on YouTube, and there's also a website that has a blog. And it's not up to date. I have lots and lots of videos there. I've had up to 10 million views on one of my videos on that site. So that was quite successful in the deer hunting area. I spent about 7 or 8 years doing that. But in the back of my mind, I always wanted to do something for my community, 2, do something related to pool. Because I love pool. I've been playing pool for over 60 years. And so I love the game, and I wanted to do something in that area, but also do something for my community. So a lot of people, if they're fairly successful in business, they donate money to some far-flung organization helping people in Africa or something.
Something
I wanted
you never
to
see
do
or you can touch, right?
something for my downtown area that could generate enthusiasm and perhaps be the tipping point to make this a really cool downtown area. We hope that we have done that. We think we have done that. We bring a lot of people in the downtown area that wouldn't come otherwise. And we also supplement what's been going on, because the city has been really doing a great job. So this is my, I guess, gift to the community. I don't expect to ever make back what I put into this, rehabbing this building and all that. But I think Kayla, my manager, and other people will in the future continue to build this business and make it into something that'll be long lasting for my community.
It's truly special, and you're a special guy, and I could tell that. And I knew that there was a backstory behind that, and I knew that it was a way for you to give back, and it's also an expression of your love for the game of pool, right?
Yeah, it really is about that. Yeah.
One of the things I was talking to Rodney.
I'm here every single night.
I bet.
I play one pocket.
I would be too.
Until closing. Every single night of the week that I can get here.
I know, I was talking to Rodney, and Rodney and Dennis both kind of share the same mindset of giving back to the sport of pool. Dennis has a business. Rodney is booked up all over the place. They don't have to do these clinics or these lessons, but they truly love what they do. And both of them have expressed to me that they want to give back to pool because they've gotten so much out of pool. So,
well, pool is the most beautiful sport ever invented. I don't think there's any question about it. It's an infinitely difficult game. It's like golf. Golf is another perfect game because you have an infinite possibility for improvement in it. If you think about something like the World Series of Poker, which a lot of people are interested in, you can solve poker. If you take the top 100 people in poker, you don't know who's going to win. But when it comes to pool, there's only a handful of people in the world that are going to have a possibility of winning the U.S. Open because it's infinitely difficult. Come to golf, only a handful of people in the world. No amateur is ever going to win in either one of those sports because being better is so much better that it's not even close.
I agree. You got to be.
I call them unsolvable games.
Yeah, I agree. You have to have seen a huge uptick in pool just since you've opened here, because now where people were probably more scattered about, they have a place where they can gather together, and you've covered all the bases. You've got the big tables, the small tables. There's one pocket going on. There's 9-ball, 8-ball leagues. Have you started the pool leagues?
I think we're in a period of our development where we're mainly rejuvenating people's interest in pool and bringing in people that have an interest in pool anyway.
Yeah.
We do have some people, there's 2 young men upstairs that probably in the last year and a half were APA 3s, and now they're pushing being APA 6s and 7s in only a year and a half time. I think we're going to see more than that. I do a kids clinic. It's a free kids clinic every other week, and we have kids coming into that. They're getting free pool lessons. So we're trying to turn into a business that generates new interest in the sport. For the most part, I'd say most of our pool players are league players, experienced players.
So are you doing leagues here, by the way?
We do. On Tuesday nights, we have an in-house league that's a BCA-style league. On Wednesdays, we have APA 9-ball, and we have another BCA league. On Thursdays, we have APA 8-ball, and then on weekends, usually we have, almost every weekend, we'll have a tournament of some sort.
But that's pretty cool what you mentioned a moment ago, though. So you're doing you have an opportunity here where kids can come and they can learn to play.
They can.
Wow.
There are age limits for some of the leagues, but certainly there's lots of opportunity for youth to learn how to play pool, and I'm wide open. I'm a certified PBIA and ACS instructor. I give free instruction to any beginning player, 2 free lessons to any beginning player that wants it, and any player in APA that's 4 or lower, or a Fargo rate of 400 or lower, free lesson for everybody. That's helping, I think, to generate some people coming in that wouldn't have gotten interested in otherwise.
Appreciate that.
And I think APA does a lot. We have a great APA league in our area, and that's a league that tends to bring new players in.
It does.
And that's what we're trying to do.
Jim, I appreciate you taking the time, and I appreciate you showing us your utterly amazing place that you have here. One last thing that I want to close off with is that if somebody has not been here before, or they have not heard of your business before, I would like for you to once again tell us how to get in touch with you, or how to find the place, and then finally, what would you specifically like for the public to know about Jim's Place? Jim's Place is called Jim's Place Billiards and Bar on YouTube, and we do have some teaching videos on YouTube. I have a unique style that I'm using where I take beginners and try and move them up the ranks in APA, and we show the whole lesson. So interesting.
You can sit there and watch what you would get for an hour lesson if you watch it. So, and that site is growing, although it hasn't been active for the last few months, but we're going to reactivate it soon. We have a Facebook page, which is also Jim's Place Billiards and Bar. That's where you can find out what's going on here. What are our drink specials? Are we having an art and canvas and wine event? Are we having a tournament? Or whatever is going on is available there. We don't have a website. We just do everything on the Facebook page. Stop by Jim's Place over here. 4 South Monroe Street. There it is. Jim, thank you once again. Coldwater, Michigan. Thanks for taking the time. Thank you.
Can we take them to eat?